Yeah, this issue has been popping up over the past couple of weeks as we've talked to residents whose homes have either been destroyed or damaged in Sandy. We were finally able to get some answers today by sitting down with a FEMA specialist. If you're considering elevating your home right now, like this resident behind us and so many other residents in Connecticut who live in flood-prone areas, you're going to want to listen up. FEMA has set new elevation standards that are not going to go into effect until this summer, but are standards that you need to consider right now before you elevate your house. This summer, FEMA will come out with new elevation standards, which means in many cases, homes damaged by Sandy will have to be jacked up to a higher level.
Even though you have maps that are effective now that say you can build a foot lower, you know the risk is actually higher than that. So you want to take that into account.
When these new flood insurance maps come out in either June or July, it will be the first time an engineering analysis was done of the state's coastline since 1980. What that means for you is that the newest data on those maps is what you need to look at before you lift your house up now to see just how high it needs to go.
They are asking folks to rebuild to the new maps, even though they're not in effect yet, to those elevations.
While the new elevations are federal guidelines, it's the local municipalities that implement the standards, and that's where it can get tricky.
If I went to my local city hall and I asked, okay, I want to elevate my house to 13 feet, because that's what the new federal standards are going to be, and they said, well, right now they're only 12.
Yeah, that could happen. And there's also local zoning code that we aren't involved in. There may be height restrictions that along the coast and sight lines, and those are local issues that we have no say in or control over.
If you're required by your town or city to bring your lowest floor up to or above the base floor elevation and you don't, your insurance premium could go up by thousands of dollars, and that's not all.
If you have a flood insurance policy and you receive insurance money from a claim that you submit from Irene or from Sandy, and you don't make the necessary improvements if you were required to elevate your home, if you put in a future claim, you could be denied.
The guidelines and standards vary from town to town and city to city. Even within the city, they can be different. So FEMA officials recommend stopping by your town or city hall to talk to folks there, find out what the new guidelines are going to be that go into effect this summer so that you can consider it when elevating right now. They also say you can stop by any FEMA center throughout the state and ask to speak to a mitigation specialist, and they can walk you through the process. Reporting live in East Haven, Allie Reed, News 8.